one lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Ever wondered what it feels like to be a gladiator, facing a roaring crowd and potential death in the Colosseum? Find out on the Ancients podcast from History Hit. Twice a week, join me, Tristan Hughes, as I hear exciting new research about people living thousands of years ago, from the Babylonians to the Celts to the Romans, and visit the ancient sites which reveal who and just how amazing our distant ancestors were. That's the Ancients from History Hit.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's Friday nights with Nautica de la Cruz on Later with Mo Kelly. Mo, how are you doing today?
I am doing grand. How about yourself?
I am wonderful. Well, this week for Discover SoCal, it's all about books, coffee, and crystals. Very, very zen. So
books, coffee, and crystals.
Yes. So I went to two different places. The first place I went to was Story Books and Cafe. It's located at 1716 West Sunset Boulevard. Their website is storiesla.com. It is nestled in the heart of Echo Park. Stories, Books, and Cafe is more than just a bookstore. It's a cultural hub where literature and community converge over aroma of fresh coffee. And I'm such a coffee girl.
Really?
Oh, yes. I love coffee and I love tea. So whether you're searching for a rare find, a latest bestseller, or a cozy spot to lose yourself in a good book, Stories offers a warm and inviting space that feels like home. The thoughtfully curated selection of a new and used book spans genres, ensuring there's something for every single reader, from deep thinkers to casual page turners. Now, beyond the bookshelves, Stories comes alive as a cafe where the scent of locally brewed coffee blends seamlessly with the hum of conversation. Guests can sip their favorite drink while lounging in the outdoor patio, which, by the way, is stunning. You know, you can engage in a book, you could have conversation, but they do ask you to be kind of quiet and not loud because it is a bookstore at the same time. And what truly sets apart is that it's a role as a gathering place for creative writers, book lovers, people who are into poetry. And if you want to check their schedule, like I said, go to storiesla.com. They also host literary events, like I said, poetry readings, and so much more. So if you want to have a cup of coffee and a good book, I suggest that you go to Stories Book and Cafe, and it's very eclectic. It's not, it kind of reminds me of, before, the big conglomerate of Barnes and Noble. It's kind of like the mom and pop like you see in cities like San Francisco or New York, those bookstores where it just has a coffee shop and it just feels warm and inviting. Now, the second place I went to, here's where the crystals come into place. So I've always passed by this place. It's called House of Intuition. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it is kind of a chain, and it's probably a few blocks down. It's in Echo Park as well. And House of Intuition is more than just a shop. It's a sanctuary for the soul. The moment you walk in, you're greeted by a soothing scent of incense and soft glow of crystal displays. Now, shelves are lined with candles, essential oils, and books on self-discovery, and each item carefully selected to support healing and growth. So if you're into seeking clarity, protection, cleaning the energy of your house, or just, into being a spiritual seeker, I suggest you definitely go check it out. It's called House of Intuition. It's located at 2237 West Sunset Boulevard in Echo Park, but they have many locations, different locations. So you could log on to houseofintuitionla.com. So, you know, I'm very much, like I said, I'm into books, coffee, teas, and crystals, and I'm into cleansing my aura, cleansing my spirit, cleansing my house. And I just thought that this store was kind of fascinating.
I'm on the website right
which
now.
Which one?
houseofintuitionla.com.
Yes, you see it?
Yes.
I mean, okay, so for the people that are into, like, what do you call it? Tarot card readers. If you want to be a beginner, if you have questions, you want to get a new set of cards, there are books on crystals and what they do. Like, I'm a person who keeps selenite in the house, amethyst, pyrite. I keep rose quartz in my house as well. You know, things that attract peace, good energy, and I would probably say like abundance.
I did not know this about you prior to this conversation, but I would have said in a heartbeat that you don't like drama in your space.
I do not. No, I do not. I like to live a very peaceful and calm life. Another thing that I do is I don't sage my house. I kind of cleanse my house with Palo Santo. And
Palo Santo es que?
Palo Santo is, comes from a tree, a very kind of, I should say a spiritual tree, a very cleansed tree. And so they chop it down and you could burn your house. Like if you were doing sage, but sage has its own properties. Just do the research. I don't want to get into a whole spiel about that. But if you really kind of just want to, bring in good energy, you could Palo Santo your house.
Okay, I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, it's great places. Storybooks and Cafe is such a beautiful place. Log on to storiesla.com. Like I said, they have poetry readings, literary events. It was really, really cool. I don't really hang out around Echo Park. I think I've probably in my years here in LA have probably been there once.
Oh, you're missing out.
But, you know, great little restaurants, great little shops. I think the only downfall on Echo Park is the parking. Bring quarters.
What parking?
Like the parking around the city.
What parking?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point.
I was like, oh gosh, I want to go to this bookstore, but where am I going to park? And, you know, I had to do a few loops. But I mean, it was very much an adventure for me just to get out and clear my mind. And then to go to House of Intuition and buy a new selenite for my window. It just, you know, made me feel good. I like that.
Well, you make us feel good. You have this energy that you're bringing to the studio and to the show. You know, Mark Rahner doesn't act up when you're around. I've noticed that.
I love that.
It has something to do with your aura.
It's because she likes coffee like a normal person.
Okay, touche. I don't care for coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker.
No, so what do you drink? You like hot chocolate, right?
If I drink anything, it's going to be hot chocolate. I've never developed any affinity for coffee or even caffeine. Like, I don't drink sodas. I don't drink tea. Unless there's a problem with my voice, I just don't. I usually just drink water, and on the rare occasion, hot chocolate.
Let him have it. Come on.
Well, you know, in Latin America, in like, you know, I went to Colombia many times when I was a kid. They start giving you coffee at the age of 7. And by the age of 15, like, you need to know the flavors and the different textures and all that other stuff. Coffee is in our blood.
I think it's culturally in black folks' blood, too. It's skipped over me. You know, everyone I know drinks coffee. Everyone with the exception of the man in the mirror.
What about Tawala? Does he drink coffee?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think he drinks it all throughout the day. Maybe he'll run in here, but I don't think he has an aversion to it.
What about Steph?
Steph, do you drink coffee?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
See, that's why I like Steph.
Oh, so that means you don't like me because I don't drink coffee.
I love you. I love all of you. All of you are amazing.
It became a thing for me when I was doing Uber, when I would go into random places in LA.
You got to keep up.
And I'd find the coffee spots.
Yeah.
So
when we come back, Nautica de la Cruz will have her hidden gem for the week. So don't go.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything. Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business. Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather, now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I'm Don Wildman, and on American History Hit, my expert guests and I journey across the nation and through the years to uncover the stories that have made the United States. From first flight to first ladies, from stitching the Star-Spangled Banner to striking gold in California to shooting for the moon with Apollo, we've got you covered. Catch new episodes of American History Hit, a podcast by History Hit, every Monday and Thursday wherever you get your podcasts.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Go anywhere.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
It's Friday nights with Nautica Doc, who's on Later with Mo Kelly. And today's hidden gem is Lisa Bell Winter. Lisa Winter always believed that life was meant to be explored, and she wanted to pass the same curiosity to her 8-year-old daughter, Riley. From weekend nature walks to experimenting with new healthy recipes in the kitchen, every day is an opportunity to learn together. Lisa knew that teaching Riley about the world wasn't just about books and school. It was about experiences, asking questions, and embracing every moment with wonder. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is a priority for Lisa, not just for herself, but for Riley too. She has made it to a point to show her daughter that eating well and staying active could be fun and not a chore. They dance while cooking dinner, pack colorful lunches filled with fresh fruits and veggies, and spend afternoons biking through their neighborhood, when the weather permits, of course. Lisa understands that habits that they build now will shape Riley's future, and she wants her daughter to grow up knowing how to care for both her body and her mind. Beyond just their home, Lisa is adamant to teach Riley the importance of giving back. They've started looking for new ways to help their community and found mealsinmotion.org, a nonprofit dedicated to fighting food insecurity. The organization's mission spoke to Lisa's heart, ensuring that families, especially children, had access to fresh and nutritious meals. She saw it as an opportunity not just to volunteer, but to show Riley, her daughter, the power of kindness and how a small act could just change someone's life. Mealsinmotion.org goes beyond simply providing meals. They are dedicated to education, sustainability, and creating lasting change in the community. Their mission is to ensure that families, especially children, have access to nutritious foods while also teaching them how to make healthier choices for a lifetime. Through nutrition education, cooking demonstrations, and meal planning workshops, they empower individuals with the knowledge and skills to prepare balanced, affordable meals. These classes also help families understand food labels, which is very important, make smarter grocery choices, and learn creative ways to cook with fresh ingredients. Their mobile meal distribution and outreach programs bring people together, fostering a sense of support and empowerment. Meals in Motion is more than just a food provider. They are a bridge to better living, offering family the tools to break the cycle of poor nutrition and food insecurity. By equipping individuals with the resources to make long-term healthy choices, they are helping to build a stronger, healthier future, one meal, one lesson, and one family at a time. Now, originally, Lisa is from the South, and so she grew up eating a lot of fried foods and using a lot of lard with cooking. That's how, she grew up. That's how her grandmother cooked the food, and that's how her mother cooked the food. So when she moved from North Carolina over here to Los Angeles, she was like, I love my traditional foods, but there has to be a better way to cook it. So Lisa Bell Winter and Riley, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me your story, telling me your story. And I learned something from this is that Food labeling is very, very important. This is something I'm just at my age, I'm starting to get into because,
Get out of my life, Nautica De La Cruz. Get out of my life. I look, we have this snack drawer and down the hall, and each time I go down there, it's like, okay, can I eat this tonight? So I turn over and start reading the labels. Okay, is this 1 serving or 2 servings? How much sodium? My point is, I'm very conscious of everything.
When did you start this?
Oh, I want to say by mid-40s. If only place you go to the doctor and say, hey, Mr. O'Kelly, this number we're not liking this number too much, so be aware of it. So, and also you learn more. You may think you're eating more in a more healthy way, but you may not be. It's like, what do you mean? I just had a muffin, and you think, no, that's not exactly healthy, but
right. Donuts are not healthy, even though we love them, but they're not.
Yes. And these guys keep bringing in, don't laugh, Steph. We had Nick Poliokini bring in, who went to Krispy Kreme during the show and brought back 2 boxes of Krispy Kreme, knowing that I have no self-control.
2 full boxes.
And then Ed Garrigus of Wendy's brought in another box of Krispy Kremes 2 days later, and some Wendy's chicken sandwiches and burgers and Baconators and Frosties.
Oh my goodness. No.
They're trying to kill me.
No, but one of the things that I learned about Lisa is that it's not only from her growing up in the South to learning how to eat better and reading labels. I think meal prepping and kind of extending how you could extend meals, because groceries are so expensive now. Yeah. And so making those choices, those healthy choices, I think one of the things I think everybody does to extend their meals is spaghetti, right? You can't go wrong with spaghetti for 2 days. Sometimes people eat it for 3 days.
I won't. That's leftovers. Nope.
No, I can't do more than 2 days. No. But I'm just saying, chicken and rice or chicken and potatoes. Okay. Is learning how to stretch your dollars and stretch your meals. And I know that mealsinmotion.org teaches that as well as cooking classes for kids. And I think that's wonderful that, you have young children kind of intrigued of learning culinary. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I did it in high school, but it's like, if I would have learned it as a young age, even just scrambling eggs at the age of 5, I think I would have, done something different with my life. I'm not sure, even though I am a talker, but
you might have gone into the culinary arts.
Yes. Or had my own cooking show or something like that. But cooking is just it's not a talent that I have. But what I'm saying is, looking into the children of the future, I think this is wonderful to just kind of expand their horizons and get into different kinds of things.
What I love about your hidden gem segment and selections is it reminds us of our humanity, and it is a nice breath of fresh air from all the negativity that we get. And it also points out there are some good humans still among us. Maybe not many, but there are still some.
There are. I was just talking to Tawala. I went to this event this past weekend, and it's a mutual friend of ours. And I did not even know he has a nonprofit. But I was trying to interview him, but everyone was kind of trying to grab his attention. And this is a man that I've known for such a long time, and I'm going, how do I not know this? And I know all the things that you do, and you have a nonprofit, and it's that human side of an individual, of getting that story of how did you find this organization, or how did you build your own nonprofit organization? And there's so many stories to tell, and that's what we are here to do, just to expand and give knowledge and just have that human connection.
Amen to that. It's Later with Mo Kelly. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Now on Later with Mo Kelly, Mark talks about movies and TV, pontificates about pop culture. Rahner Report with Mark Rahner.
It's Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeart app. I'm Mark Rahner, and it's the Rahner Report. Time is merciful to us and makes it easier to let things go, to forget terrible stuff, to put things into perspective, to forgive. All the arguments and drama that tortured us as teenagers. I don't even remember the details so clearly now. Awful things people do to us, Moe's insults and abuses. Are those worth hanging on to? This is why we have the Razzies. It's like the International Criminal Court for movies we should never forget or forgive that were inflicted on us, which we paid money for. The Golden Raspberry Awards recognizing the worst movies are this weekend, same as the Oscars. The perpetrators of these code browns would like you to forget them. We don't owe them that. Some well-known filmmakers are weirdly thin-skinned about movie critics, and some, who I really like too, some have even barred critics from press screenings over harsh reviews. And to them I say, blow it right up your skirt, Director Karens. You're putting something out in the world, asking people to pay for it, but don't want to be subject to reviews? Move to North Korea. Next, you'll suggest we get rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Oh, wait, they're doing that? Crap. I play by the same rules. I've endured countless reviews of my work, mostly in comics, some in video games. And hey, sometimes it's obvious the person who cranked out the reviews a Dunning-Kruger case who didn't even understand what they read. Doesn't matter. You let them have their say. It's the price of hawking your art in public. Which brings us to the list of Razzie nominees. The winners were supposed to be announced tomorrow, but I just checked the site and they're out now. I won't keep you in suspense. They all suck. So my picks and then the real winners, starting with worst picture. Some strong contenders here. First, Borderlands. That's a video game adaptation, always the mark of quality, but this is an astonishingly irritating one with almost no redeeming elements. Joker, Folie à Deux, an unbearable musical sequel that genuinely felt like the director's middle finger to anyone dumb enough to want a sequel. Madam Web, one of those off-brand Sony Marvel movies with Dakota Johnson as some kind of lame psychic EMT. She winds up mentoring 3 irritating female future heroes. I have rarely seen something that gave me worse pangs of empathy embarrassment for everyone involved. Except for Megalopolis. That's the Godfather and Apocalypse Now director Francis Ford Coppola's longtime passion project. Had some bad word of mouth going in, but I thought it deserved the benefit of the doubt. And it was a bold move for him to finance it largely himself. But I was wrong, and if he winds up wearing one of those barrels with suspenders, that's on him. And finally, Reagan. That's a biopic of the Gipper with Dennis Quaid. Well, I wasn't about to watch a puff piece that romanticizes him because I have actual memories of him. My worst pick for worst picture is Joker, Folie à Deux. Megalopolis was at least a well-intentioned big swing. You shouldn't have expected much going into Borderlands except for an explanation for why Kate Blanchett was slumming it. And someday, not now, but someday, Madam Web may be funny for a trash movie night when your friends come over and you all get loaded and give it the Mystery Science Theater treatment. The winner, according to the Razzies, was Madam Web. Worst actor? Jack Black from Dear Santa. I wouldn't watch that if I were getting frostbite and the theater it was playing in was the only place to get warm. Zachary Levi, Harold and the Purple Crayon. Nope, I'm an adult. Dennis Quaid from Reagan. Anyone can do Reagan. I just did it. Did you hear? Well, Jerry Seinfeld, Unfrosted. I'm afraid my judgment of Seinfeld might be unfairly affected by what a jerk he was as himself in Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Not so much Unfrosted as insufferable, but the winner for me was Joaquin Phoenix in Joker. An especially annoying, self-indulgent performance. The best thing you could say about that is because of the ending, he won't be back for a third one. Sorry, it's been out for a really long time. The official winner, Jerry Seinfeld. Worst actress, we've got Kate Blanchett from Borderlands. She still looks weirdly hot in it, so I'm going to move on. Lady Gaga in the Joker movie, a contender for sure, but it's like singling out just one of the guys who clubs baby seals. It's not all on her. Bryce Dallas Howard, Argyle. Didn't she do enough damage in that miserably dumb Jurassic Park movie trilogy I think she was in?
World.
I only, whatever. Jurassic Bowel Movement. I've compulsively watched nearly every spy movie and show ever made. No exaggeration. I love that stuff. But after seeing the trailer for Argyle, I thought, nah, life's too short. I don't hate myself enough yet to watch this. Dakota Johnson, Madam Web, she gave off a palpable vibe of just not wanting to be there. And it was honestly the only relatable thing about her in the movie. The winner for me was Jennifer Lopez in Atlas. You may like her. You may enjoy her music. You may find her attractive. But as an actor, Let's just say she's not getting a lot of the parts Judi Dench passes on. If we sent her to do a live version of this movie in Ukraine, Russia would pull out. The official winner, the Razzie winner, is Dakota Johnson from Madam Web. Now, I'm going to skip over supporting actor, supporting actress, director. No need to pile on. We'll skip these. The director winner actually was Francis Ford Coppola, and he issued a statement. He was a pretty good sport about it. Worst screen combo. Any two obnoxious characters, but especially Jack Black from Borderlands. That really is a movie where you're actively rooting for all the protagonists to die. Any two unfunny comedic actors from Unfrosted. Pass, but thanks for the warning. The entire cast of Megalopolis. I'm not sure the blame lies with the cast in Megalopolis, the Ford movie. They wanted to work with a legendary director. It was his vision. They had the script he gave him. It's sort of like a group of people all falling through the floorboards of an outhouse. I mostly just felt sorry for him. Dennis Quaid and Penelope Ann Miller as Ronnie and Nancy and Reagan. Pass. And my pick is the same as the winner. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga from the Joker movie. Give them the gold. Do they love each other? Is one of them playing the other? Can we at least agree that couples should never sing to or with each other in public? Man, I felt like an awkward guest at the home of a couple friends who break into a drunken shouting argument, then try to recruit me for a three-way. Yuck. Where's my keys? The worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel. First, Rebel Moon 2, The Scargiver. My God, I wasted hours of my life on Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon 1, the ass number or whatever it was called. Just like with Dune, it was one of those fool me twice, shame on me situations, like an even dumber version of the latter Star Wars sequels, except nobody asked for them. Moving on, The Crow, a remake, exceptionally bad with Bill Skarsgård as the Crow. It felt like something Andrew Tate extorted him into doing. Mufasa, The Lion King. I'm an adult, didn't see this one. Tawala? No, moving on. Kraven the Hunter. That put a nail in the coffin of Sony's Spider-Verse and possibly Aaron Taylor Johnson's career, unless Amazon hauls off and makes him the next James Bond. Ugh. The winner, Joker Foley Adieu from me, the sequel that drives home the whole less is more adage. What was the, and I think that was the official winner as well. Worst screenplay. These movies had screenplays. We have Joker. We have Kraven the Hunter. Madam Web, Megalopolis, Reagan, and it's kind of a photo finish with all these. They're all terrible, but a howler in the Kraven movie stuck with me from when he's in an elevator and he pulls out a knife. Here's this.
This is my travel knife. Use it for work.
Huh. What you do for work, exactly?
I hunt. People.
He hunts people.
Grandpas.
He hunts people. Actually, Kraven's full of his hilariously bad dialogue. My father puts evil into the world. I take it out. I don't know if you guys saw Kraven. I saw it by myself. This wasn't a group outing. There's another one. I stared death in the face, and for the first time, I saw my true self. There's more, but I would have given this one to Kraven. They gave it to Madam Web, but really, these are all winners.
Coin flip.
These are all winners in the sense that they got an evening and some cash out of us, and we should never forget that. There's your Rahner report, Mo. Do you feel like you need a shower now?
Actually, I think I've seen more Razzie nominees than I have Academy Award nominees. I'm being serious.
No, I'm the same as you. I saw most of these. And there's some of the Oscar nominees I'm just not going to see because I'm not interested in them. So what's that say for our taste?
It's probably pretty damn good. I mean, we saw them. It doesn't make it a good movie, but just because you're nominated for an Oscar doesn't mean that you're going to garner my interest. Most of these movies, and we'll talk about it next segment, I just didn't have any desire to see. And part of wanting to be entertained is subject matter that appeals to me. It doesn't mean that the content or the movie subsequently is going to be good, but I would much rather take my chances with Madam Web than The Brutalist.
Well, The Brutalist is good. I liked it, but you've got to be in the mood to settle in for
That's my point.
3+ hour movie. And Guy Pearce is terrific in The Brutalist. But, you know, just as you've talked about with the Grammys and the music industry, if you think the Oscars are 100% based on merit, you've got another thing coming. All right.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Each week on Echoes of History, we uncover the epic stories that inspire Assassin's Creed. We're stepping into feudal Japan in our special series Chasing Shadows, where samurai warlords and shinobi spies teach us the tactics and skills needed not only to survive, but to conquer. Whether you're preparing for Assassin's Creed Shadows or fascinated by history and great stories, listen to Echoes of History, a Ubisoft podcast brought to you by History Hit. There are new episodes every week.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
That's plenty for now, Mo.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
And this Sunday, of course, is the Oscars, the 97th Oscars. And the Oscars is like any other award show for me. I usually dip in and dip out. It's usually on in the background. I'm not emotionally invested. There are movies that I like, and I don't see many of the Oscar-nominated films. They just don't appeal to me in that way. But I'll still watch every now and then, and when I do, I may notice something or not. But this show, I actually have the least amount of enthusiasm for in quite some time. When we talk about what's up for Best Picture, I've seen two of them, 2 of the 10. Honora, didn't see it. The Brutalist, didn't see it. A Complete Unknown, didn't see it. Conclave, didn't see it. Dune Part 2, unfortunately saw it. Emilia Perez, didn't see it. I'm Still Here, didn't see it. Nickel Boys, didn't see it. The Substance, didn't see it, but want to see it. I'll get around to seeing it eventually. Demi Moore, I expect to win. And Wicked, did see that. You know, it's not all that important. The movies which are being featured are not all that inviting for me. I'm a cinephile, but I'm not that far out there. I still have my preferences. As far as Best Director, I think this is, and I say all that to say, I think this is going to be a very low-rated Oscars, if only because the movies which are up for the top category awards, not all that exciting. There's not a lot of drama. There's not a lot of backstory or storylines to it. Best Director, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, Sean Baker for Nora, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist. You don't even have the big well-known names where someone could root for, like they've been nominated 12 times and never won, and they're finally going to get their Oscar, like a Demi Moore, someone near the latter portion of their career. There's not a lot of star power with this award show. I don't know if it's going to translate.
I'm excited about Conan O'Brien hosting.
Actually, I am excited about that as well. He seems very excited about it, given this opportunity to do it. He's been very explicit that he'll probably have some political things to say. He said we can't ignore the moment. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I'm intrigued to find out. So if anything, I'll be watching his opening monologue. He was someone who was also impacted by the fires. His house did not burn down, but it was rendered uninhabitable. So I'm quite sure he will have some thoughts about that as well. I expect this to be a very muted show, if only this is just one of those times where it's more difficult than other times to celebrate or be self-congratulatory. You had the fires, you had the recent death of Gene Hackman, who was an Oscar luminary. It doesn't feel like the time to have the rip-roaring party.
Also, if you don't like political commentary with your awards show, just don't watch the show. We go through this every year.
But people sometimes hate watch. People find a reason to be mad. I can't believe what Jane Fonda said during the SAG-AFTRA Awards. So what? You know, you can appreciate Jane Fonda for her acting career. If I had to count how many times I had to separate the art from the artist and just appreciate what that person does for their art, as opposed to delving into what I think about their particular politics, I wouldn't be able to enjoy anything. Anything.
We can always have those debates, but we're not talking about people saying, you know, maybe it's time to give Hitler another shot. I mean, these are people who usually have like pro-humanitarian statements that shouldn't really bother you.
Well, you'd be surprised, Mark.
Yeah, no, I always am. But I find generally that the people who don't want any political statements in award shows or entertainment, they don't want any that disagree with their politics.
And not only that, it denies the history of the award shows, because there never was a time in which there wasn't some sort of use of that platform, that stage, literal and metaphorical, to espouse certain beliefs or to talk about certain issues of the time.
You're exactly right. Somebody has that size of an audience and they're a moral person and they feel like there's something important. Why wouldn't you take that opportunity to say something? It makes no sense not to.
I don't get it.
I hate to interrupt this moment like Oscar's music, but Mark, I just received a phone call from a Kimberly in Georgia who loves everything about you.
Oh.
And she wanted me to make sure I relayed that if the long-suffering one should ever lose her ever-loving mind and kick you out, you forever have a home in the peach state of Georgia.
Noted. Well,
yes.
That's very generous. Thank you.
I'd let you know.
Thank you for saying that on the air as well. You mission accomplished.
Yeah, because I'm quite sure she's pissed off now.
We follow the news. You follow us. KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The lottery is not about getting rich. It's about helping people. And it always has been. The lottery is what helped raise the Great Wall of China, build the roads of Rome, and today in South Carolina, it's what generates millions of dollars each year for scholarships like the SC Hope, Life, and Palmetto Fellows. The South Carolina Education Lottery is investing in you. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou to learn more.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, I'm Don Wildman, and on American History Hit, my expert guests and I journey across the nation and through the years to uncover the stories that have made the United States. From first flight to first ladies, from stitching the Star-Spangled Banner to striking gold in California to shooting for the moon with Apollo. We've got you covered. Catch new episodes of American History Hit, a podcast by History Hit, every Monday and Thursday wherever you get your podcasts.